The book, What If Wilhelmina, was written by author and illustrator Joseph Belisle, and he's a family friend. And when I first read his book, I thought it was so appropriate because a lot of the students that we work with have a lot of anxiety and worry. And it was just so imaginative. I could see it really coming to life on stage. What If Wilhelmina is a story about a little girl named Faith who is full of worry and anxiety when her cat Wilhelmina goes missing. So the story is really about the futility of worry and techniques and strategies when you feel like things are out of control.
Have faith, things will all work out. Faith can keep you strong.
So what is unique for me as a stage manager with this show is that it has already been designed. The script was written, the set was made, and all of the props were made last year when Dionne and a group of students were touring the show. So me as a stage manager, there's no designers really for me to interact with. We don't have to discuss any scenic elements in production meetings. We don't have to create or add anything to the design as we rehearse. We just pull it out, we put it on stage, and we start going.
You all have your activity booklets? If not, at this point, raise your hand and Gracie and I will come around and hand you one.
Thanks, Shelby. So,
because this is a theater for young audiences show, they're learning how to interact with kids and to get them to respond back, but they're also learning some strategies to kind of bring the kids back in if things get too hectic during audience interaction portions of the show. Before the show began, we took some of the puppets to PBS Kids Day here on campus, and we got to see the kids interacting with the puppets and the things we had available on the tables, and they all just had so much fun. You never know what a kid is going to gravitate to, and it's so interesting to see how they all have different interests. So I'm so excited to see these kids interact with the show and hopefully create the next generation of theater artists.
This show, I feel like we've had a lot of control on the process. This being for younger audiences, this could be something that inspires them to do what we are doing currently, that we are creating the spark of like joy for the arts. And I feel like that's really undervalued sometimes when it's made for kids, that maybe people aren't going to be caring as much or it's not as valued. But I think that it's even more so because we are creating future artists.
I think quality children's theater is so important because when you invite children to the theater at such a young age and can really entice them with the magic and imaginative qualities that the theater can bring, you have lifelong theater goers and then perhaps playwrights and actors and designers for future. I think that too often children's theater is on the fringe and it's whatever money is left over in a budget is given towards children's theater productions. And I'm really an advocate for strong quality theater for children because it helps build our audience into the future.
What if Wilhelmina had some really bad luck? Chased a squirrel in the road and was hit by a truck. What if